Welcome back to another episode of the Serengeti Synergy. And today I want us to explore a very unique approach that was taken by Zambia in regards to workplace equality. Their menstrual leave policy, otherwise known as Mother's Day. I've been fascinated by how this small but very significant policy has sparked a lot of discussions about the workplace productivity, a lot of talk about gender equality, and has brought up the topic about women health all across the continent. In 2015, Zambia implemented a groundbreaking policy that very few nations in Africa have adopted. A compulsory menstrual leave provision which allows women to take 1 day off each and every single month during their period. What makes this policy particularly very interesting is that women they do not need to provide prior notice or a doctor's note to take this leave. They can simply call in on the day to say that they are taking their Mother's Day. The name Mother's Day itself reflects the cultural context in Zambia, where discussing menstruation publicly remains somewhat a taboo. Despite this title, the policy applies to all women. Doesn't matter whether you have children or whether you've gone through menopause. It is actually firmly enshrined in Zambian labor law, with employees facing potential prosecution if they deny women this entitlement. I have learned that while this policy offers flexibility, it is not without its boundaries. Zambia's law minister has clarified that women shouldn't abuse this provision. She actually put it very bluntly when she said, and I quote, "If you absent yourself yet you are found in a disco house, then it will not be taken as Mother's Day." End of quote. Women can actually be fired if discovered shopping, getting their hair done, or engaging in non-recovery activities during their menstrual leave. So what impact does it have on productivity? The productivity question is where things get a bit interesting. When I first heard about this policy, I wondered, doesn't giving women 12 additional days per year actually hurt productivity? The answer is more complicated than I expected. There was a study that was done in 2017 in the Netherlands, and this revealed that women experience an average productivity loss of about 33% during their menstrual symptoms, resulting in approximately 8.9 days lost over the year when they push through and work during painful periods. This phenomenon is called presenteeism, where you're actually present at work but you're not fully productive. Actually, this has been seen to cause greater productivity loss than actually being absent. Susan Makande, a Zambian accountant I read about, exemplifies how this policy actually benefits both the employees and the employer. Before the menstrual leave policy, she would take painkillers and rely on home remedies to get through painful periods, sometimes using up half her annual leave quota for menstrual related absence. Their menstrual leave policy has allowed her to take targeted time off without depleting her regular leave. Across Zambia, perspectives of this policy remain quite divided. Justin Makosa, a manager, was quoted in the BBC saying, "Productivity is not about the person being in the office. It should basically hinge on the output of that person." This view suggests that allowing women time off actually might enhance their overall productivity. However, not everyone shares this sort of enthusiasm. Some Zambian women have never taken their Mother's Day, and they question why others need it. One professional woman argued that giving half the workforce 12 days is unproductive, especially in the corporate world. Others worry that the policy could be misused or it's difficult to manage if multiple women take the same day off. What I find most fascinating is how Zambia's policy sits in the global context. While several other Asian countries like Japan, South Korea, and Indonesia have taken upon similar policies, Zambia stands out as the pioneer in Africa. The policy demonstrates how workplace can become more inclusive for women, potentially enhancing female workforce participation. Whether you see this as a progressive step towards gender sensitivity workplace or question its practical implementation, Zambia's menstrual leave policy has undoubtedly sparked an important conversation about women's health in professional settings. I'd love to hear about you and your thinking. I do not have an opinion about this. I am not a woman. But do you think a similar policy would work in your country. And I'll catch you on the next mini episode of the Serengeti Energy. Until then, keep exploring Africa's vibrant policy landscape with me. Thank you.